Alright, so what we have for you is a Volvo S80. This is a 2.9 liter and it's a 2004 model. And what I'd like to show you is the problems that the car has at this point of time. So if you can take a look at this small crack that I was talking about, you would be able to figure out that it's not all that bad. It's not hindering with your driving at the moment, but yeah, it's been imported and it's lying in Delhi. We'd like to get it replaced before we give the car over to you. Apart from that, it's a nice bottle green color, and it tells you exactly the fact that it was imported for the ambassador for the embassy, and that was his personal choice, and that's the reason he got this color in place. Let me show you the sides and a complete view around it. One second, let me go close to it. Now, if you look at these bumper markers, they were in the facelifted version, so that's where you could find the difference. Apart from that, the alloys, this car has bigger, better alloys and a very futuristic modern design, unlike the old ones, because this was a time when Volvo was actually competing with the W211 by the Mercedes as well as the new model of the BMW 5 Series, and that is the reason they had to really do a lot of facelift touches around to ensure that it could compete with the Germans, as we say it. If you look at the conditions of the tires, it's not all that bad. I think it could last you another 30,000 kilometers easy, and it's recently been serviced. We've got all the bushes replaced. Apart from that, we got brand new brake pads, and it was serviced with Mobil 1, the synthetic oil, plus the petrol filter, as well as the, what do you say, the spark plugs, and everything was imported from Volvo, Sweden. And because we have a tie-up with a supplier there who does directly supply, because if you can look around, we have another Volvo here. It's a 960 that I have. So because of that, I've got the contacts with the right people who could service this car as well as help me with the spare parts as well. So this is a 2004 S80, a facelifted version. It's a 2.9 liter engine, and the car comes with a lot of utility items. So nothing in the car is something that you would not get to use. It's a lot of utility items that you have in it, and I'll go one by one over it so that you understand what I'm talking about. It's majorly it's an original paint car. That's what the previous owner told me. I would not want you to go by that, but would request if you could maybe come down, take a look at it, and figure out if he was talking facts or not, because that's what he told me. Looks quite original to me. The shine and the luster is there. So, and keeping in mind that some dings as well as some tiny scratches do exist, but just so that we don't have to tamper with the originality of the car, we did not feel like getting it painted all over again. Yeah, I think a nice polish that we regularly keep getting done takes care of it, overall. So let me show you the engine bay. Let me show you the engine bay here, and it's a pretty clean one. No wires here and there, no oil spills. It's a pretty clean engine bay that you could find here. Come here, take a look at it. Yeah. So I'll show you the details. Yes, that normally people check this if it's a car that met with a major accident or something. No, it's not, because it's absolutely clear. And if you check, there's no malfunction as such. Even on the screen inside on the instrument cluster, we don't see a malfunction there, and that's because of the fact that it's a pretty nice and clean engine bay here. Let me show you the VIN number so that you could do a VIN check on the car and you could identify that what specs did this particular model come with. So you could figure out that what are the kind of features this particular model or maybe this particular car has. Because let me tell you, this was a custom-made vehicle for the ambassador of the embassy. So it was built by certain specs. You can take a look at this chassis number as well. Yeah, and you could Google it up, do a VIN check around it, and you can find out that what went into this car. It's a massive 6-cylinder engine, pretty smooth, and it's due to the nice automatic modern gearbox, unlike the old school gearboxes, that it gives good mileage as well. And I'm not kidding here, it does return something like 9 to 10 kilometers a liter easy. So it's pretty decent on that front. We're driving a luxury car that in today's times will cost you over 50 lakh rupees when you buy a Volvo S80 from the showroom. And if you compare it to this one at the price that this car is being offered to you, it's pretty nice. And you know, I hope you can take a look at this engine strengthening bar, because this is a very powerful engine. So to keep that intact, we've got the engine strengthening bar in place that keeps the chassis intact. So take a look at the bonnet as well. It's all original. It's a nice car with all the stickers in place, exactly the way it came from Gothenburg. And the best part is the documentation in the car. We got a bill of entry, we got all the specific details of what went into it, the emails exchanged between the embassy as well as the manufacturing unit. Everything is there, because this is a special car. It's not a regular S80 at all. It was custom made. Now even if you take a look at the wipers, it comes with hella high-end wipers which are scratch resistant. So even if you by chance, you know, we have a habit, because it's a vehicle where, you know, the indicators are on the left and the wipers are on the right, and because of that, you know, you end up goofing up and use the wiper when the screen is absolutely dry. So that's the reason we've got this thing in place, so that it does not leave scratches. However, it's our bad luck. Forget the scratches, we've got some cracks there. So at least we will protect it from the new windshield that we will install into it. Now let me do a quick surround. Okay, now let me also tell you that this car comes with the facelifted version of the side view mirrors as well. Much more sleeker, better in design. So if you compare it to the other S80s that are listed in the country, you would figure out that these are the tiny changes that we have in place to tell you that this is a facelifted version. Yeah, you could take a look at the blinds here. Again, it was a requirement, because it was, I don't want to tell you again and again, it was a special car, so it came with the blinds as well, because a lot of countries the sunscreen films are banned. So because of that, they have this in place, and you know, to save the interior from the sun as well. Now if you take a look at the door pads, absolutely no scratches, no cracks, and same goes with the seats also. Now once again, all the stickers in place. Yeah, manufactured by Gothenburg, Sweden. Right, you can check everything. So a pretty special car. Yes, if you take a look at it, and if you go into details, because anybody, I personally feel, who's buying a car like that, attention to detail is the key here. So take a look at the seats, and it's all genuine nice leather. You know, the owner told me it was custom made by a big brand, and it was done by Volvo itself, and that's the reason it's very smooth, very nice, feels very good. All wooden inserts, no scratches on that either, no chips, nothing at all. It feels nice and fresh. You take a look at the roof liner. No damages, not dirty at all, no marks, because you know how it is. You know, with a special product like that, you got to be taking care of it. Now, I show you the boot, as well as some features in the boot as well. Yeah, again, you know, it's a facelifted version. I'll show you the key as well. The key is a very nice flip key that you have with the car, and it's got a lot of things in it. It's got the hazard switch, so in the parking lot, if you want to find it,